And when you are starving, you're getting hungry, the glycogen can be reconverted back to glucose. And when you convert it to glucose, then the glucose can be utilized by your body. So that's why when you're hungry, you cannot die just instantly.
Now, that taking me to a point now to ask, because there are times we have this perception that, human being, after 3 days, if you have not eaten, perpetually you would die. What is your take from studies?
So it's not real. But what happened is that you need water to survive.
So in the absence of even food,
yes,
water can take you for
of course, water can take you for longer time. You can fast, but don't keep yourself out of water, because when you're out of water, in fact, you see your urine will be concentrated. Urine, the color of the urine will be very yellow.
And sometimes we say, because people are either maybe you sick, they say you got maybe malaria. Sometimes people come up with their own saying.
Malaria got their own symptoms, right? So the public need to be educated. In a sense, you need to drink water. And you that say you get malaria, just go and take 1 liter of water and drink it. By the time you go to urinate, the second time, your urine will be clearer. So it means that your signal will be healed from the liter of water. So you don't just see your urine being concentrated and you say it's because you get malaria. That's these are the false prevalence rate of malaria in Liberia, because there are no effective diagnostic centers. You will go to one clinic that don't even have a light in their microscope, but it will tell you say you get typhoid, you get malaria as well. So these are false positive results, because they're doing it for economic diagnostic. They diagnose you because they don't want to allow you go like you carry the body to St. Moses, and then all of a sudden the body wake up and say, Moses, but you're not going to take my 1,005 away from me.
For instance.
Yeah, for instance, right? This is how patients really look with clinic owners. Clinic owners depends on the patients to pay their staff.
So I mean,
one patient appearance are like an asset.
They can let anyone go.
Of course, you have to get an economic diagnosis. So government need to capacitate regulatory bodies so that they can reach out and regulate those different health training institutions or service provision institutions that can effectively be streamlined to know as of what they are doing. Government has passed a lot of laws to regulate, every sector. For example, but government is doing little. If you increase the health budget and you downplay the regulatory body, regulators are like refereeing. No troublesome citizen would like to see a policeman. When they see a policeman, they'll be afraid. So when you are offering services, especially you are involved in malpractices, and you see regulators coming, you'll be afraid. So there, what you see us in, we as Allied Board now, we are calling on the public to not just implore people because the person says I can do it.
Those who have health facilities and also national government, you are making this call to.
Of course, health facilities under government is doing less, but example is always taken to government, because if government cannot do what the people need, all of people will come into buttress government. And when the government quality dropping, you find out that the private sector quality will also drop. So in a nutshell, you have government for facilities not operating 24 hours, most of them. And when the sickness comes, they have to send patient back, and the patient will go and seek care to private facilities. If government facilities was providing the health care on the quality skills, you are going to see the private facilities are going to do more so that they can attract people to their own. But if government facilities care is poorly, you find out that the private facility too, they will continue the same way. That's how it is. So health, nutrition in Liberia, we need to even read a dietary guidelines. What can be imported in Liberia based on your population, based on the kind of prevalence of conditions that you have in the country.
Is it also based on what sort of medical report you are getting, especially with
research? If research have established data to say, okay, there are prevalence of maybe diabetes in Liberia, and diabetes, heart diseases, these are all nutrition related diseases. So if you have a heart disease and you notice that people are maybe getting too much involved with cholesterol food, imagine even the little children, we don't give them bread without mayonnaise. You know how many cholesterol in the mayonnaise? Just 100 grams of mayonnaise. up to 24 milligram.
And it's harmful.
Oh, yes. If some of them got cholesterol, they go to hospital, they diagnose them with cholesterol. Then they are going to buy mayonnaise and putting it in their food, in salad to eat. You just overdosing yourself with cholesterol every day. Because when you take the mayonnaise, read on the mayonnaise jar, the amount of cholesterol in that mayonnaise, you're going to identify to be 24 milligram per 100 gram you consume. Imagine 100 grams is very small. And some of them will even look at the eating spoon and fill up and put in the salad, and they just consume it. They don't eat according to your daily percentage value.
What's your take on butter?
Butter, you see, butter is unsaturated fats. It got a lot of fats in it. So depending on your condition, again, you can be obese, then you won't be eating butter. It's not good. You can have a heart disease, then you won't be eating butter. They tell you don't eat oil, but you're eating butter.
A lot of times you find people eating these things, even when the doctors will, give them guideline and advise them on what to eat and what not to. But based on the budget, the financial strength, to go for the wrong one or the affordable ones.
Based on the appetite, not budget. Because if it is budget, you have some food that are very vital to your body. It's very cheaper than that of that butter.
You can split one.
You know how much to buy even a cucumber you eat. For example, cucumber is cheaper. Even you go and buy,
it's helpful.
Yes, avocado, the butter beer, right? Very helpful.
And these are things we can plant perhaps in our yard.
Even in Liberia, all over. Or for example, food that got green like leafy like food like, right? It's not expensive in Liberia. Like potato greens, like collard greens, like cabbage, Even the carrot, not very expensive, but it's good. But if buying 1 can of butter,
you don't find too many people eating carrot.
The reason is because they are not knowledgeable. If they were knowledgeable, they were going to be eating carrot. And that's why we need more time, and we need people to come and educate the public, because there are a lot of preventable deaths that occur in Liberia.
Now you are here. What is your opinion on regularly you go to the market, you see people buying chicken, sometimes they buy pig food, the pig feet, and sometimes people will buy, there are different cold storage things coming in the country.
In the first place, Liberia, in the US, when you log online, you say
chicken feet and all of that. Mm-hmm.
My plate got 4 components of food that you eat. Somebody eat good food when they go for wedding. When you go for wedding, they give you a little bit of greens, they give you a little bit of vegetables, they give you a little bit of everything, right? 4 corners in our plate. That 4 corners, everything is filled out with different components. That's what your body needs. You don't need to eat green, which is rest, until your belly get food and you cannot add nothing there. You know what even vegetables do to people? Vegetables. Cells generation. On a daily basis, your cells are dying. It prevents you from the phytochemical substances that we get from the sun. Okay. Solar radiations.
Vegetables.
Talking
about
all form of vegetable.
Somebody wants to see
watermelon. Just vegetables.
Okay.
It prevents you from all form of colonic cancers. Colonic cancers, like for example, cancer of the colon, the intestine, right? You eating fiber like Borobia got some fiber. Even the coconut, the young coconut got fiber in it. When you eating it, you're not be constipated. And when you are getting constipated, for every time you get constipated, you develop what we call diverticulitis. You develop in the small. Diverticulitis is a disease that affects the colon. Every time stool got stuck in your colon, the colon starts increasing.
Now, you lead me at a point talking about food, and also I can leave this out on, even consumption, talking about some of those things people drink, because you were talking about killing cells and all of that. Let's go alcohol. Those who are involved into that, killing cells, and sometimes people are not eating the real kind of a food. And how do you see it?
Alcohol is not a stimulant. Alcohol is a depressant. It depresses your mind.
Okay.
So as you're taking alcohol, you're getting yourself more depressed. So those are saying when I drink alcohol, my eye can be clear, I can talk well, I can do the one.
I can eat.
Alcohol is a depressant. Eventually, it's killing your cognitive development, your cognitive If your ability to think independently is getting reduced. And unfortunately for some of them, when they drink alcohol, they don't even want to eat. And some of them will say, when I drink alcohol, I can eat. But mind you, what the alcohol is doing to your body, because I look at where the alcohol is being detoxified in the liver. Now, you're giving the liver more work to do as a powering the alcohol up. And you're taking all the drugs like paracetamol, you're giving the liver more work to do. And you're taking all the country herbs, you're giving the liver more work to do. What happened to you as a human being when they give you more work to do and you're not even finishing it, but they give you more work to do? Eventually, you'll get tired. So that's how you see people even developing what we call, cirrhosis of the liver.
Okay. So sometimes we say liver problem.
Yeah, liver problem.
People getting large stomach.
Yes. Okay. Start getting big. It's not always from hepatitis B. No. It happens at times from the very food that we consume. Your money can sometimes suffer you. So you don't have, because you got a pocket filled and you just see anything you want to buy. You need to be someone that have choice of food based on your doctor, on your nutritional advisor. You don't have a nutritional advisor. Sometimes you can just eat 3 pieces of sliced bread. It can carry you for the rest of your day, for the next 8 hours.
I mean, Liberian men not eating rice,
But you know what is in? When you download a book called Africa Food Composition Table. Africa Food Composition Table. In the absence of rest, what is perfectly substituting rest is sliced bread, for example.
Sliced bread.
If you eat 3 pieces of sliced bread, it's going to maintain you for that day. But you want to eat because your appetite calls for rest. If you not eat rest, if you eat our bread, you'll not be satisfied. So you want to eat according to your appetite, which is a bad and unhealthy eating habit.
Okay, let's go to other areas, to your fellas, and later on we'll open the line. We have 18 minutes up to 9 o'clock. This conversation will end at 9 o'clock. Let's talk about X-ray technician. You work in the health sector. Who are the X-ray technicians?
X-ray in Liberia we call X-ray technician because the profession we're trying to transition in now to medical imaging technologists.
Okay.
So medical imaging technologists are people that do the CT scan, they do the MRI, they do the X-ray, they do the ultrasound, and the list go on.
Do we have more of these individuals in Liberia?
Unfortunately, we have less, but we have more photographers.
Do we have more schools here in Liberia providing education?
Unfortunately, again, there is no school currently in Liberia that is training X-ray technicians.
So
but there are X-ray machines being imported on a daily basis, and even government is buying X-ray machines, installing them to different localities. But government is so insensitive to building X-ray training schools or taking people from Liberia, sending them to go do medical imaging. So the other component is Todman National Institute of Medical Art had an X-ray school that trained X-ray technicians for a year. 1 year.
Is that the only school you are aware of?
It was the only school that opened X-ray training school in Liberia. And let me tell you the risks that posed to us. Radiations. If you put the patient under the X-ray and you're snapping the X-ray, the radiation that you are exposing that patient to, if that X-ray technician is not knowledgeable of that radiation, they are killing yourselves. For every one radiation, for every one time you do X-ray, the amount of radiation that you are exposed to, it damages yourselves.
Okay. So
that is why it's not advisable until there is a medical request to frequently be doing X-ray. I'm not an X-ray expert. I'm the regulator, but I'm not the X-ray expert.
Okay.
And it is unfortunate that I couldn't have that longer time to bring one of them on board here today. But X-ray, including the MRI, including the CT scan. Imagine yesterday, I had a friend from Ethiopia that his fee of study is medical diagnostic.
Medical diagnostic.
He came, he was saying, but I want Dr. Musoka Fala.
Is he a Liberian?
He's not a Liberian, he's a Nigerian.
He came from Ethiopia.
Yeah, from Ethiopia. He was Africa CDC. He myself moving around yesterday and I telling him some of the things, some of the challenges. And interestingly, he had built interest to develop a curriculum for the allied professions in Liberia. And after developing the curriculum, because we have the curriculum, of course, we can start reaching out to schools that have College of Allied Health Sciences to start looking in that direction. But the challenge we will have is the faculty. You have people in Liberia, you don't have most of them, they have to go train out of the country to come in Liberia. Most of them have to learn under a apprenticeship. And when you learn under a apprenticeship, you're not doing all. So now our exercise is we have embarked on surveying the entire profession, X-ray, to know who went to school formally and who didn't go to school formally and who can license temporarily for now for them to practice, so that we can curtail the amount of malpractices that are in that profession as well.
So this survey is being carried on by the Allied Health Sciences, where you are the chair on the board.
Yes, Allied Sciences and the associations of medical imaging technologists
going across Liberia.
It will be the associations. We don't have money to say we want to go. We want to concentrate on hospitals that are currently utilizing X-ray machine.
And so from what you gathered, not all of the hospitals in Liberia do that.
No, not all of the hospitals.
I mean, so that folks probably in maybe places like Maryland, places like in
Maryland, JJ doesn't got
like Bapalo County,
Bapalo, the Emory Hospital got X-ray.
Yeah, and so why do you are also extending at those areas?
Yeah. Sometimes we can do cell phone survey because we don't have the logistics to go in person to see, and would that be very accurate? But the fact that we can curtail on the higher average from on the score of 100, maybe we'll take like 70%, we'll curtail that. The rest of the 30 will be looming, and the day will get another, the day will get support again, we'll do. We solicit support, at least so that the board can be, capacitated.
So not everyone who worked in the health sector or maybe a doctor can be, an X-ray technician.
No, you cannot. When you are a doctor, you can be like a radiologist, meaning you can help to interpret those images.
Okay.
But you are not going to be the technicians. And one key area there, apart from radiology, is biomedical technicians. Biomedical technicians, you can always hear they donate medical equipment to this hospital. But when that equipment spoil, who repair them? Nobody, because no school here.
So then the people suffer in that area.
People suffer common, for sunshine machine.
So sometimes, sometimes some of these technicians, when they are around, some of those equipment could be repair and carry on the work instead of government replacing. So I think in your words, that can help to reduce government expenditure on importation of new materials.
Of course, if I expect a government of rack of ages to have invested in Liberia, we should have even have a department of biomedical engineering. Because you're using a lot of biomedical equipment in Liberia, you cannot survive in the absence of health. And even the health worker, the very sophisticated doctor, need to operate with a machine. If the machine breaks down, who repair it? So you see where Allied Sciences are very professional, very important. Even the physiotherapist, if your foot got broken, you need to be rehabilitated. The person that rehabilitated, only one person in Liberia was trained so far, because he was trained out of the country. You need people to be trained. You need people to provide opportunity to people that want to go in that field. Not everybody want to be a doctor. And now the doctor can solve the problem. Because when you do expensive surgery, and then you leave the patient, orthopedic surgery, for example, and you leave the patient time for rehabilitation, the patient is not properly rehabilitated. That patient money is wasted because there is no physiotherapy.
So it's an incomplete job.
Incomplete job. And there where we have our lapses. So Liberia need to invest in those areas of medical imaging, biomedical technicians, laboratory, and the physician assistant, nutrition technicians, nutrition assistant, dietary assistant. We need different investment, group of investment. If you are a tech in the operation room, if the doctor calling for a tools and the person that there, they don't give it on time, you know what happen? Because they don't have, you know what happen? You delay the surgery. And you know what happened to the patients? It becomes different. So we need to, put effort on government. Even some of you media guys, you need to join us. Sometimes you become a health ambassador. We discuss because you want one day you'll be a patient. Even the president today, one day he can be a patient. Who knows whether the former finance minister could have been our patient at Phoebe Hospital.
Okay.
So the health sector that you are financing, if you make the bay where you lie down on a good bay. If you're not financing the health sector very well, when you go to hospital, you lay down on maybe bare sheet that is not even clean. because you're not financing us.
Okay, so Theophilus Fire, let's hold you a bit, then we can open the line. Perhaps the listeners I wanting to put through their concerns here this morning on the Super Morning Show. We can do that. We have roughly 10 minutes up to 9 o'clock. And if you have just joined us, this is the Super Morning Show here on ELBC Radio 99.9 and other frequencies across the country. Our guest here is Theophilus Fire. He is the board chair of the Allied Health Sciences. And of course, he is here basically providing knowledge and also raising advocacy here on, issues in the health sector and the need for government to address the situation so as to have Liberians, having quality health services. Call us this morning on 0776 740673. 0776-740673 is line 1. Better stay, call us on 0880-514-096. 0880-514-096. And I know we'll have too many callers because this is a very interesting conversation. Morning, welcome.
Hello?
Yes, you live. Tell us the name and where you join us from. Okay, too bad. This one dropped. Let's go to the next one. Okay, good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Dr. Theophilo. And my name is F. Iman Saleh. And thank you very much for your explanation. It's no doubt that your ability as a medical practitioner, Liberia is enjoying from the fortune of your expertise. I worked with you over the past period of time being a champion from the Maserati medical team, and I know how effective you are when it comes to medical profession. So Liberia, we need our health system to be strengthening, like you regularly said. We need financing when it comes to.
Okay, he dropped the line. We had you on the line, but let's talk to this caller. Morning. Okay, let me put this one through. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead, tell us the name where you join us from.
My name is Joe Tawe, and I'm calling from Monrovia.
Just walk away from your radio. Go ahead. Okay, you okay now?
Yeah, I said my name is Joe Tawe, and I'm calling from Monrovia. Let me say hi to the studio guests. I heard you talking about the Bureau component of the Allied Sciences. I think you're talking about respiratory therapists. Is the respiratory therapist part of the Allied Sciences?
Okay, so you will address that. Let's talk to 2-3 callers, then we go back to him. We have limited time here. Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, just do me a favor. Walk away from your radio, please. Tell us the name where you join us from.
My name is Francis Nduba. I'm calling from Matadi. I would just like to tell the doc thank you, and for what he was saying, I really like a lot this morning. And also my recommendation to you journalists is that at least in a week time, not every day politics. At least you bring some skilled professional people to talk about those things now, so we all can learn. So that's my recommendation to you. Thank you, Dad, so much.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to this caller on the line. Morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much. You did extremely well for your expose. I'm Philip Blair, and I call from here. There's a clinical nutritional student at the Aberdeen University online school.
Let's go ahead.
I have a quick concern. Everything you have explained, health, though I did medicine, health is a part of our life that we can never go without. I want to know, apart from doing nutrition at the master level, I've seen limitation in Liberia. I haven't heard anybody in a school offering nutrition, clinical nutrition at a diploma, certificate, and let's say PhD level. Because like he said,
okay, he will address that. Let's talk to this caller, then we'll go back to our guest. Morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning to your studio guests. The name is Bob Ivan Kisi. I call from Monrovia. Quite frankly, I listened to him. I think he spoke in a very clear, true professional context. The issue of prescription in the country is one of the key things that is affecting most of our brothers and sisters in this place. Sometimes you go to the hospital, the people give you the wrong prescription, wrong diagnostic, give you the wrong prescription.
Are you a health practitioner? Are you a health practitioner?
Basically, no, but one a friend of mine was wrongly.
Okay, thank you. Let's go back to our guest. We have roughly 5 minutes here to you will make comments on those things you raised here. Then we can just wrap up on this conversation here. Our guest is Theophilus Fayai, and of course he is the board chair at Allied Health Sciences. And we are talking too many issues here in the health sector. Theophilus, welcome back. You listened to the callers. Many of them commended you for, the brilliant job, but there are few who raised concerns.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let me begin first by telling everybody that have made their way through to call. Thank you. And those that even tried to make their way to call, they couldn't go through. Thank you very much. So let me begin with Joe Dawe. Joe Dawe, respiratory therapist, is at my chest. As you know, right now when you check in my car, you'll see a respiratory therapy license there. The reason for that is because respiratory science is a very key component. All of you people under the nomenclature alive are to my chest and you are to my heart. But the time that we have to talk about those different professions, the time is not enough. 1 hour is not enough. Just imagine to tell you that the need for discussion, there are a lot of needs.
So we'll also arrange a time where you will come. We'll talk about more other fields.
I think I will appreciate that. So respiratory science are very important. In fact, in respiratory science, you find out that there are patients that don't just have to take every sort of oxygen. When in the hospital, they sort of administer oxygen on you. It is a respiratory therapist that can determine how many liters of oxygen you need and what type of oxygen can be used in the hospital. But unfortunately, again, the oxygen plant in Liberia, I'm not saying, them reaching out to the board to second people that did respiratory therapist science to go and work in the oxygen plant. So our colleagues that talk about nutrition, undergrad or diploma, you are highly welcome. Physician assisted, Allied board, welcome you on board, and we actually welcome the Advantage University for that idea. I think I can pay a visit there to have conversation with them so that they can have more of that Alive program going on there, and we can also find a way that you can be one of those people that can be helping to advance dietary assistance in Liberia as well. So regarding our health sector, the need for health cannot be overly emphasized. We need intervention, not only from government, but also the friendly organizations that see it that health of the Liberian people is very paramount to them. We need them to come in so that they can institutionalize the training of those different allied disciplines and allied professions. And thank you very much for affording me the opportunity today to be in your studio. And I must appreciate all healthcare workers under my voice and those that even will be told to continue to do their good work as we mount pressure for a better working environment. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, what a wonderful conversation here with Theophilus Fayai. He is the board chair of the Allied Health Sciences. And of course, we've been talking too many issues here in the health sector of our country, Liberia. Thanks to you for putting through your calls as well.